Dear friends, slowly, step by step, we are going deeper into the practice, deeper into the meditation, and deeper into our consciousness. And actually, even I don't say this, but you may experience it by yourself. Yeah, of course, you might be struggle in the beginning to adjust yourself to this new environment, new facilities, new place, new food, a new timetable, a new way of living. I think all of them are a bit away from your ordinary way of living, ordinary style. On one hand, yes, everything is so relaxing, so nice, so calming, so healthy. That's true. Therefore, you feel how grateful you are. On the other hand, it's a challenge. It's a bit challenge. Challenge means challenge to what? Challenge to our own system, to our own conditions. Our mind is very lazy. Really, our mind is very lazy. And after doing something for good enough period of time, then it becomes part of it. And then the mind thinks this is the way to live. Then life is comfortable. Even this happens in the prisons. In the beginning, yeah, everybody is struggling. Everything is very painful. But after a while, when the mind is accepted or accepting, then mind is comfortable to live in a prison. But after release, after maybe 5 years, 10 years, when they come out, then difficult to live. Again, they had to struggle. They are struggling to adjust to the normal life, so-called normal life. Actually, there is no normal life. Normal life means whatever life pattern that we are used to live. That's the normal life. So normal life for prisoners is living in a prison as a prisoner. And normal life for meditators is different. Living in a meditation center, in a retreat center, and being quiet, doing things slowly. So, normal life for soldiers, completely different. So there is no common normal life for everybody. Normal life is something what the mind creates. It is up to our mind. Anyhow, now you are so comfortable with this schedule, I think. Now comfortable and so nice, relaxing. And you become part of the Waldhaus. Let's struggle now. So after overcoming the struggle what you had in the beginning, and uh, once you been comfortable, then again mind thinks, oh, what will happen to us when we go back? How to do that struggle? So again, mind is creating another struggle. So somehow mind wants to struggle with something always. It looks like struggling is a food or kind of flavor to the mind. If no struggle, then it's okay for a while, and after that, it's boring, and mind is looking for a new excitement. So now we are in between. I think now we are in between, finishing the previous struggle and doesn't start the next struggle yet. So we are in between. This is nice period, transist. And my dear friends, we can actually postpone the next struggle as long as we wish, because it is up to us. The next suffering is up to us. We can experience it in advance. We can call it now. Come. I'm so boring. Please punish me. I need some excitement, negative or positive. Or slowly we can postpone it. It's up to us. So are we going to suffer or not? Is not depending on anything else. And it is not depending on anybody else. Even it is not depending on our karma. It is 100% depending on our present moment, this moment. It's up to us. It's in our own hands. It's in our own hands. Are we suffering or not? When I say this, then of course, you may ask this question. We don't want to suffer. We don't like any pain. We do everything to overcome suffering and not to suffer. But still we are suffering. We don't want to suffer. We do everything to not to suffer. But still we are suffering. So how come? How come? Why we can't postpone it? We can. We can. It is up to us. That's why meditation is meaningful. Otherwise, no point to meditate. If it is not up to us, then what is the point to meditate? We are not meditating as a hobby, not for hobby. We are serious. We are looking for a solution. There was a saint who has a lot of powers, and he can give predictions what is going to happen to you, and whatever his predictions are true. It's a record. It's a record. 100% accurate. So a lot of people came to see this saint and worship to him, and then ask for some advices for their life. So his reputation is so vast and very popular. And there were two young men, and they didn't like this person at all because of whatever, maybe because of the jealous or because of the ego or because of their young radical mentality, whatever. They couldn't bear this, his reputation and his power and people's respect. But they don't know how to break it, how to challenge it. Because whatever he say or he said, it happens sooner or later. So they couldn't find any fault. They were thinking and thinking and thinking how to do it. And finally, they found a very profounding method. They catch a bird, a live bird, and they went to see this saint. So one of this young man is carrying a bird in his hand, so it's covered. No one can see inside of his palm. And they asked this question from the saint. Can you tell us, is this bird live or dead? Can you say exactly, live or dead? This young man knows it's live. But if the saint says it is live, his idea is just to kill the bird. Kill and say it is not live. You are lying. You are a liar. And if the saint say it is dead, then he can just show, no, it is live. So very good trick. So they ask this question, oh, dear saint, you are very popular for predictions. And everybody says that whatever you say is correct, accurate. So there is a bird inside of my hand, palm. Can you say, is he or she alive or dead? Very good question. So they thought that they put that saint in a deep trouble. They were very proud about their wisdom, their clever thinking. So tell us, is it alive or dead? Then the saint said, it is up to you. It is on your hand. Death or life is on your hand. What a wisdom. What a wisdom. The life or death is on our own hand. It is really, really, really fascinating answer for everything, not only for this case. Only for this case, even only for this case, that is the best and wise answer. It is up to them, up to the hand, on their hand. If they want to keep the bird alive, they can. If they want to kill the bird, they can. It's up to the hand. But it is more deeper than that. Are we suffering or not is up to us. It's on our own hand, not in anybody else's hand. But somehow we all like to hand over this responsibility onto someone else's shoulders, someone else's hands, and say, I am innocent. I do everything to not to suffer, but you make me suffer. I am suffering because of you. Don't make me suffer. This is the most common sentence or statement what we always like to express or like to say. I am suffering because of you. I am angry because of you. I don't want to be angry. I hate it, but you make me angry. You make me sad. So you are my control. So what we are saying this, even though we do not use this word controller, but that is the thing what we want to tell them. You are my controller. My control panel is in your hand. Therefore, you can press whatever key you want to press. And then I am just a display, like a computer. Computer has display, monitor, the screen. So then we are like just a monitor, just a display, just a screen. And where is our keyboard? We don't know. It is missing. The keyboard is missing. It is in neighbor's house. or it is in one of our colleagues' hand, or it's in the partner's hand, or parents, children, friends, maybe the government, whomever. So no keyboard in our hands. Then what happens to us? Then whatever key that they press, we had to display it according to their commands. The monitor cannot decide what it is displaying, what it wants to display. The screen cannot make that decision, what I have to display, what I have to show. The screen does not have that freedom, that independency. So if somebody press the key of anger, then we are displaying anger. We become angry. And then, yeah, that's true. Yeah, you make me angry. Don't press that key, please. And sometimes we are sad because somebody else pressed the key of sadness. And then, oh, don't do it, please. Don't do it. You make me sad. My dear friends, we put ourselves in this position, in this disabled position. This is not a high position, powerful position, a disabled position. Keys are missing. Keys are missing. We don't know. Someone has the key of sadness, someone has the key of happiness. Whenever that person presses the key of happiness, we are happy. Oh, thanks, you make me so happy. And someone else has the key of fear. Oh, you make me so afraid, scared me. And this is the position where we establish ourselves. My dear friends, because of this, we are helpless. Really, we are helpless. We had to beg for the happiness. And we had to beg for not to make us unhappy. In both ways, we are begging. We are not begging for money or for any other materialistic things. And we say beggars for people, those who are asking for money and materialistic things. That's one kind of beggars. Easy to recognize and easy to make them happy, satisfied by giving a lunch or dinner or by giving a warm cloth or whatever. Yeah, we can easily satisfy them. But this psychological beggars, difficult to recognize. Difficult. Even we don't use this word. I'm sorry if I make you uncomfortable by using this word. So I can't find any other proper word. So maybe we can say pray. We are praying, whatever word. So this is our current situation. We are not independent. Everybody else can manipulate us. They can manipulate in us. And we know this, and they know too. And this is called relationships. We call relationships for this manipulation. Exchanging the keyboards. My dear friends, we cannot maintain any healthy and strong relationship. Any kind of healthy and strong relationships by exchanging on keyboards with each other. No. We have to give them back their keyboards if we are holding them and if we are manipulating them by pressing whatever key that we want to press. No, we have to return them. This is called let go, letting go. We don't have to keep or hide or use others' keyboards. And at the same time, we have to get back our own keyboard into our own hands. Because our life and our death should be in our own hands. Our joy and our suffering should be on our own shoulders. Otherwise, how to say this is my life? We all are used to say this is our life. Can we say this is our life or this is my life if somebody can manipulate us? If someone can make us angry, if someone can make us sad, but still we say this is my life. It is just a word. My life is just a word. In the reality, it is not my life. We can say this is my life. Only the life is in our own hands. If the life is in our own hands, only then we can say this is my life. That means if you are not suffering, because of whatever reason, if you are not suffering, only then we can say, this is my life. I am free, I am independent. Otherwise, they are just an empty word or empty words. Freedom, my life, independency, all are very beautiful, but empty words. By meditating, my dear friends, we are giving true meanings to these words. We are fulfilling these empty words with the reality. We should know the mechanisms of our mind. That means the mechanism of our happiness and unhappiness, sadness. We know this that even though if you press a key, there is something processing, some process is going on, but we can't see it. We can only see that we are pressing keys and then something is displaying in the monitor, in the screen. That's all we can see, we can notice. But there is a processor and it is processing whatever we feed with keys, then the processor is processing it. And after processing, then the outcome comes to the screen. But we cannot see this middle part. The middle part we cannot see. What visible is, obvious is just the keyboard, pressing keyboards and displaying different things in the screen. That's all. But the most valuable and important part of the machine is this processor. But we cannot see what is happening inside. Even though if we remove the cover of the processor, we can see some electronic items, hardwares, hard drive, some motors, wires. That's all. We cannot see something is going there. Something is processing step by step. We cannot see. But it is happening. To see this hidden processor, we need sharp awareness, sharp mindfulness. So that is the ultimate result of mindfulness or awareness. Only mindfulness can see this invisible procedure step by step. If no mindfulness, then we see something with the eyes or we hear something with the ears, and then within 1 nanosecond, some emotions are there. Maybe happiness, maybe loneliness, maybe jealousy, maybe fear, maybe anger, whatever. Therefore, we connect. We make a connection, relationship in between what we have seen and that emotion. We believe we are angry because of what we have seen or what we are seeing now. We are angry now or we are unhappy now because what we heard. After, while we are hearing, we become emotional. So we can only see these two. What we input to our system from our organs, the keyboard, and then what outcome, the outcome. That's all. No time gap. Maybe there is a time gap, but we cannot measure it. We are so slow. We are more slower than this processor. So that's why we say, you make me happy. You make me angry. You make me sad. You make me lonely. Because of this belief, or because of this logic, or because of this philosophy, what we do to overcome our suffering, we try to change everything. We try to change the world. We try to change others. That's logical because we think we are suffering because of them. So be happy or not to be unhappy, we have to change them. It's very simple logic. And we do. Everybody does. Not only for one time, my dear friends. Again and again, again and again, we are changing. We are trying to change others. Others means not only people, not only man or woman, the whole society, the environment, everything. But still, the problem is existing. The problems are existing after changing everything. So if we can stop our suffering by changing the world, then no need to meditate. Really no need. We don't have to make a lot of effort by sitting in one posture for hours and hours without speaking. No need to make this hard effort. But that is not possible because all the emotions processed by this inner processor, that is called mind. So mind is in between now. Mind means thinking. Processing is in between the outcome and the input, senses and the emotions. In between emotions and our sensual experiences, mind is there, thinking. It is so fast than all the processors in the world, all the computers. That's why we cannot catch it. That's why we need sharp awareness. There is no any other instrument or tool to scan it. We need a scanner to scan the mind. There are a lot of scanning machines in hospitals, in factories to scan cars, to scan computers. to scan the brain, the heart, every single organ in our body, but there is no any scanner which can scan the mind. Without scanning the mind, without scanning our thinking, we cannot understand. We cannot find out the fault. Where is the fault? Where is the error? First, we have to scan. Without scanning, it is not possible. So after scanning, we can understand, this is the error, this is the fault. And then we can find out how to correct it. So two activities. One is scanning to discover the fault. And the second thing is to repair it, to repair. So we need at least two instruments, at least maybe more. But the very first and most important skill is mindfulness. Means to scan the mind. We are using mindfulness for everything else now. And whatever purpose, for whatever purpose we use mindfulness, it is beneficial, fruitful. Of course, if you use mindfulness for cooking, it's so nice. You can cook quickly without making any mistake. If you use mindfulness for driving, you can drive safely without making yourself stress. And if you use mindfulness for your studies, you can enjoy your studies. You can improve your memory. So mindfulness looks like a multiple instrument, a multiple tool. But the fundamental and unique application of mindfulness is to scan the mind. Everything else we can do with other things. Really, we can do. We don't need mindfulness for other things. With mindfulness, of course, it's easier to live, easier to drive. But without mindfulness, one can drive, or one can hand over to the robot to drive the car. We don't need mindfulness for other things. But of course, if mindfulness is there, why not? We can use it for everything. By using mindfulness for everything, we can improve it. But my dear friends, we have to ask the mindfulness to scan the mind. We have to do it because no one can do it for us. No machine can do it for us. To scan the mind. To discover where is the fault, why we are unhappy. We do everything to be happy, make ourselves happy, but still we are not happy. So where is the fault? What is the error? instead of blaming to this one and that one. So that is called spiritual mindfulness. There are two kinds of mindfulness: ordinary mindfulness and spiritual mindfulness. And if I use some Buddhist term or terms, it is called right mindfulness, samma sati, right mindfulness. That means there are many versions of mindfulness. Right means for this purpose, only for this purpose. If you use mindfulness, that is called right mindfulness. But it doesn't mean that if we use mindfulness for walking or working, and that is wrong mindfulness. No, wrong application. No, it is right. We have rights to use mindfulness for everything. But the main target of mindfulness is to scan the mind. As we know, the mind is very subtle, invisible. It is not materialistic. So we need very sharp, very, very sharp and fast mindfulness, because the mind is sharp and fast. Mental movements are so fast. How to buy this? How to buy this type of mindfulness? From where we can buy? From which shop can we buy online? Who is selling this? Who is selling? Many people are trying to sell mindfulness. Many companies, many schools, they are trying to sell the mindfulness. And many are willing to buy. This both are interesting. The market and the demand and the price of mindfulness, all are interesting. The market of mindfulness, the demand of mindfulness, and the price of mindfulness. As I said, we are very lazy. Therefore, we are happy to buy it instead of planting the seed of mindfulness and taking care of it every day and fertilizing and watering and looking after it. So it's a lifetime job. Instead of that, we like to buy the fruit or vegetable from the market. Tell me what is the price. Tell me what is the price we would like to pay. Maybe credit card, maybe with cash, whatever, or monthly, whatever. So That type of mindfulness is available. And that is beneficial as well. But that is called wrong mindfulness. Wrong mindfulness. Because we cannot use that mindfulness for this purpose, to scan our mind. We had to plant the seed of mindfulness inside of our mind. Only then that mindfulness can scan the mind. This artificial mindfulness or external mindfulness cannot do this. That's why Buddhism says right mindfulness and wrong mindfulness. My dear friends, what we are doing now is to planting a seed of mindfulness inside of our mind and cultivating it step by step, helping it to grow up. Because we need a sharp and fast mindfulness to solve our eternal problem permanently, not to solve temporary problems for temporary period of time. No, we want to solve our eternal problem permanently, to make a full stop for suffering. Therefore, it's a long-term process, not instant. We know our breath also moving faster compared to other physical activities, walking, talking, and eating. So compared to all the other physical activities, the breath is more faster than everything else. Difficult to catch it. Difficult to notice it. When we say in-breath, then in-breath is over and the out-breath is happening. And then we have to say, now out-breath. Then out-breath is finished and in-breath. So in the beginning, it's this kind of confusion. Because we are slower. The breath is faster than us. And then we ask how to slow down the breath, because difficult to observe, difficult to catch, difficult to notice. It is so faster than our attention, than our mindfulness. How to slow down the breath? My dear friends, don't try for that. Don't do it. There might be some techniques. There might be some artificial some tools to slow down the breath, calm down the breath. So when the breath is calm and quiet, now we can see how it comes in, how it goes in. And whenever the breath becomes faster, again we are lost. We do this meditation not to calm down the breath. That is not our aim. That is not our target. But of course, with mindfulness, one can calm down the breath. So that's a wrong approach. That is called wrong mindfulness. But it is possible. It happens and it works. But if we use mindfulness for that, then it is wrong mindfulness. We have to improve the mindfulness. To watch the breath instead of slowing down the breath up to the speed of our low level of mindfulness. Then no progress. No progress at all. Whenever we want to meditate, first we have to calm down the breath by doing some yoga or deep breathing or listening to music or whatever. And only when the breath calms down, now we can watch in breath, out breath, 1, 2. And after doing this for half an hour or 1 hour, we are happy. We meditate. Yeah, we meditate. That's true. That is beneficial. Of course, it has a lot of benefits. We can get a lot of benefits by doing that kind of meditation. But that is a wrong application. Let the body breathe the way the body is breathing. Let the body breathe the way the body likes to breathe, without interfering, without manipulating, without regulating, and without controlling. We are not saying, I cannot be mindful because you are fast. Please slow down. I want to meditate. I want to be mindful. Therefore, please slow down, calm down, stay in one place. Don't move. Until I notice you, don't start to breathe out. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. Until I notice you. Only then you can breathe out and breathe out and breathe out and breathe out. Until I notice you. After that, you can breathe in again. Very interesting exercise. Interesting meditation if we do in this way. We want to meditate in this way, my dear friends. We want to meditate in this way. We think we cannot meditate because of this. So we have to control the breath in the very beginning. And after that, we can be mindful. Therefore, people ask how to do it. Is there any pre-preparation, pre-exercises, pre-meditative techniques to slow down the breath? And then same approach then. We cannot see the mind. Mind is so fast. First, we have to calm down the mind. Then we can see. So how to calm down the mind? It's a business. It is a business to calm down the breath and to calm down the mind. We can buy those things. But we cannot buy the mindfulness. We can buy things to calm down the breath and calm down the mind for a short period of time. Only for a short period of time. Some artificial techniques. But meditation starts from the bottom, where we are. So that's why this idea is so practical. We are planting a seed of mindfulness inside of the mind. Inside of the mind, not in anywhere. And then we are helping it to grow up. So when the mindfulness is inside of the mind, then it can notice, it can understand what the mind is doing, how the mind is doing step by step. Then scanning is very possible. So we are learning this kind of meditation, this kind of mindful practice. Therefore, no need to calm down the breath. Let the breath come and go naturally. There is no hurry to catch the breath, no hurry to observe the breathing. Stay with your body. Stay with your physical sensations and movements as long as possible until you begin to feel your natural in-breath and natural out-breath. So that means by being with your body, by being with your physical sensations and movements, you are cultivating the mindfulness. So when the mindfulness is growing up to certain extent, where the breath is moving, so now same speed, both trains are going in the same speed, parallel, then compared to this train, that train is still, relatively still. Compared to this train, that train is still. But both trains are moving, not still. They are moving fast, maybe 100 kilometers per hour, 200. But now both trains are running in the same speed. So wait until that. Don't ask this train to stop. I want to watch you stop. No, let that train goes whatever speed. What we have to do is we have to improve our awareness, improve our mindfulness. That's why we do walking meditation. That's why we do standing meditation. That's why we try to do everything mindfully. To improve our mindfulness. So when the mindfulness is now in the same speed of the breath, then we can see from this train to that train because it's still, relatively still. We can see very clearly who is there, who are there. So we can see, now inhale, now body is inhaling, now body is exhaling. Please wait until you can experience your natural inhalation and natural exhalation fully. Stay with your body. Stay with your physical sensations. Don't pressurize yourself to do breathing meditation. Soon after you sit, it doesn't work. So once you can see your in and out breathing naturally, only then the journey starts. The journey begins from that point. I think less or more, we are very close to that stage. Be happy. Happiness is the fuel for this journey. Please understand the mechanism of our practice. This is not a ritual. Wise mechanism is behind whatever we do. Whatever we do, a wise mechanism is behind it. Once you realize it, then you can invest this. Thank you very much, dear friends.